Hello everyone and welcome to this week's weekly wear. A weekly wear where I was tempted to try out this product a while back. I don't remember exactly when. I feel like maybe it was right when it released on Sephora's website, but either way I decided against it purely because I had never heard of it. So I was like, are the people really gonna want to see me test it? And then I kind of forgot about it. You know, other foundations and products came and went and time went by, and then a little someone that some of y'all might remember, I certainly do, Ms. Glamorazzi. I know she doesn't go by that anymore, but Ingrid, she still posts some makeup content on her Instagram, on her stories, and she talked about loving this product, and that reminded me that I had wanted to try out this product. She has oily skin like I do, or at least she used to. I'm assuming she still does. I could be wrong about that, but either way, it made me want to purchase this and try it out with y'all. So I have got, I don't know how to pronounce the brand. Is it Saie? This is their Slip Tint Broad Spectrum SPF 35 Sunscreen Tinted Moisturizer shebang. It's $35 and you get 1.35 ounces of product, so a little more than usual. There are 14 different shades available in the natural finish, and then for some reason in the radiant finish there's only 3 shades available. What is that? I don't understand that at all. But based on the arm swatches for the natural finish, you know, it looks like a decent startup of colors. It certainly doesn't go super deep. We could definitely see improvements there, and it also, even the light arm, that's not a light-skinned person as far as I can tell based off of their arm color, their actual arm color. So light and deep, we have areas and room to grow here. This looks like it's very concentrated in the light to medium to tan kind of a range, but it has all of these things in it, all of these awards even. It got the Allure 2021 Clean Beauty winner. It is clean and planet positive. It's going to be hydrating, give light coverage, and a liquid formula. It has SPF in it, like I mentioned. It just says our skin's going to love it. It's going to be sheer and dewy. The shades are confusion for, I was very confused about the shade range, especially those 3 in the radiant finish, but here are the highlighted ingredients as well that are supposed to be good for the skin. It's also cruelty-free and comes in recyclable packaging, and apparently the shade confusion will go away because each of the shades is flexible and disappears into a wide range of skin tones. Okay, I mean, if that's what you say. And then for instructions, apply generously with fingertips. 1 to 2 pumps should do it. No shaking required, apparently. Blend all over. You can also add other things that they want you to buy from their brand, and yeah. So, here we go. Like I said, I'm excited to try it. I got the shade 3. Did I mean to do that? I don't know. I guess I'm glad I finally, it doesn't look like I'm very tan, but I'm certainly a lot more tan than I was at the beginning of the summer, so I guess we're really gonna test out this flexibility here. I am trying my best not to shake this, even though, I mean, it's a liquid foundation, well, tinted moisturizer, plus the fact that there's SPF in here, it makes me think this needs to be shaken, heck, even stirred, but they said nay, so I'm gonna believe them. I certainly have things that I would love to cover today with more than a sheer coverage, but this is just the way my skin is. We'll see how much this can cover, even though, like I said, they didn't promise that much coverage. Let's see. I always say the best pumps are those that work, and I say it for a reason. Is this locked? There's no locking mechanism. Oh, I feel it. It's coming. Yay, maybe I did pick the right shade. But okay, I like to test out different methods of application. I know they only suggested fingers, but the other side of my face I am gonna try out with a sponge, maybe even a brush, just for funsies. This always brings back high school memories, putting on makeup, even college, with my fingers. It's strange. It doesn't smell like SPF. It doesn't even really smell like foundation either. Kind of smells like modeling clay. I don't know what that's all about, but this does look like it's sinking into the skin quite nicely in terms of blending, not giving much coverage, which, as I said, expected. It does feel not greasy going on, but it feels a little oilier than a normal foundation, I guess. Maybe kind of like the feeling of a moisturizer, but not quite as hydrating as a moisturizer. Don't really know how to explain it, but I think, can you see, we got an evening out of the skin, which I pretty much expected, especially at least from what I've seen of Ingrid nowadays, you know, what she chooses to put online nowadays. She seems a bit more, quite a lot more minimal with her makeup, but let's see if a brush makes any kind of a difference. Okay, for some reason the brush makes it feel like I rubbed in a moisturizer. That's interesting that it made that difference. Very strange, but I do think it blended a little better with my fingers, so I'm just gonna go ahead and dab that out with a sponge. I mean, once again, I really do think it just looks like I was able to even out my skin, but really pretty undetectable, especially in the sense that you can still see zits, you know, and marks and dark spots and that sort of stuff, redness from pimples. But overall, I think it looks quite dewy and natural. You guys know me though, I'm a tester. I like to see how far I can push a product, you know? I want to see if this is a little bit buildable, even though they didn't claim it. I'm still curious. So hey, that's what I'm here for. Isn't that what you guys want to see too? If so, I gotcha. So there you go. I would certainly say it's layerable. I don't know that I would ever layer it again because the results of the layering weren't anything very noticeable. You know what I mean? I was able to kind of spot conceal and build it up on my prominent zits, but overall I just think this looks really radiant. It looks slightly concerningly dewy. I say concerning just because of my oily skin. Otherwise, I think it looks really radiant, really natural, and really gorgeous. It feels light on the skin. And just overall, I'm excited to see how this wears. It's hot outside. It has been hot outside, as many of you know. So we will definitely be testing it, and we'll just be putting it through a normal day of wear as per usual. And I'm excited to show you guys the results at the end of the night. Ready? Ding! Hello everyone, good evening. End of the night here on day 1. Are you curious to look at my face? We have something in common. Me too. Let's take a look together. So, as I expected, things are looking very dewy, but I would say in a healthy, glowy way. Maybe I'm just being nice to myself and maybe I look like an oily, sweaty mess, but I think it looks like a healthy dew. And that being said, I think it stuck around. It's hard to say when something is as sheer as this is, but considering the fact that I feel like my skin looks even all over still, I'm gonna say good on this stuff. I definitely felt like, you know, and I do feel like if I were to touch my face right now, it would wipe right off. You guys will have probably already seen that in the wipe test, but this present time Cassie has not tried it yet. But, you know, overall, aside from that, I would say at the times where I'm not feeling heavy oil and a bit of sweat, you can hear my AC is about to kick on here. It is warm outside, so anytime I got warm, I can tell that I'm wearing something on my face, but it really doesn't feel like anything heavier than like a sunscreen or something, you know? Like, you know it's there, but it's not bothersome. So either way, I'm certainly excited to continue trying this out, especially with concealer, so that I can conceal the spots that I want. And I'm just curious to see how it continues wearing, so I hope you guys are excited too. I'm gonna get to testing, live my life, and then I will be back with all of the details for you in just a second. Ready? Ding! Hello everyone, good evening. It is the end of the night here on day 3 of testing, and I have got those results for you that I'm assuming you want to see. let's take a look together. On day 2 of wear, I went ahead and used my Smashbox Hydrating Primer as well as my NYX Serum Concealer and used a sponge and light layers to apply the foundation, the Tinted Moisturizer. I did go ahead and reverse my concealer and Tinted Moisturizer from how I usually do it. Usually I put on concealer first, but this time around I went ahead and I used the Tinted Moisturizer first and then just put on concealer where I wanted to cover more. I thought that everything layered and combined really well on my skin. I thought everything looked as nice as it could anyways, considering my blemishes are pretty big and deep right now. But like I said, all things considered, I did think my face looked a lot better with makeup on than it did without. And throughout the day, once again, it felt nice and lightweight. It was just a work day for me, so I was inside with the AC all day. But you know, even though I wasn't sweating, once my oils came through, it did have that feeling where it felt like if I touched my face, it could wipe right off. And then at the end of the night, I thought it looked very nice on my skin, definitely much less dewy than it did on day 1. And overall, like I said, I just thought my skin looked nice, just still, you know, evened out and nice. It did wipe off with my finger, but you know, considering how sheer this stuff is, it's not like it made a huge impact, but it did wipe off. But overall, I thought things looked nice. So on day 3 here, I was excited to try it out with a mattifying primer. So I used my Glam Glow mattifying primer and also a more heavy duty concealer. So I used my Too Faced full coverage concealer. Once again, I put on the Tinted Moisturizer first and then put on concealer on top. And once again, I thought everything looked nice on the skin, nice and evened out, you know, a bit more obvious than it usually is that I used a concealer, but since it was some heavy duty stuff, I did want to put on a heavy duty concealer, especially because I was seeing some friends tonight that I haven't seen in a while, so I just wanted to feel my best, and that's how I did it. So I was outside tonight, you know, we went to a bar and grill type thing, and it was really, really loud inside, so we decided to eat and hang out together outside, even though it is very hot and humid. Not as bad as it has been, but still, for sweaty old me, hot and humid for sure. I was sweaty and I honestly thought that I was gonna have to scrap today altogether. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna get home and this will have completely come off. All of my makeup will have completely come off. Because as I've said, it does have that feeling to it. But I am quite pleased overall looking at my face. I mean, all of my makeup is intact. And dare I say it looks good, all things considered. Like, yeah, concealer's a little obvious, but like, it was from the very beginning. But things still look intact. I look dewy. I don't look like a complete hot mess, even though it was, you know, there was a breeze too. So I mean, I don't even know what my hair is doing right now. I try not to ask it too many questions these days. I just let it do its thing. But I'm really honestly very, very surprised that my makeup looks as good as it does right now. And especially considering this is such a sheer tinted moisturizer, you know, I'm getting into the pros and the cons here. So let me give you that list, or let me give it to you in list form. So for the pros, definitely easy application. You know, I would say whether you want to use your fingers or a sponge, those are the best ways to go, but no matter what way, at least with those methods, I think both of them work very well and it's very easy to apply. It also has a beautiful radiant skin-like finish. I mean, it just makes you look like you're glowing from within. Really, really pretty finish, I think, overall, and skin-like and natural. It's also lightweight throughout wear, so very comfy even if you are sweaty and oily like me. And overall, it wears very gracefully. You know, any parts that have come off, it has done so gracefully, and I am very, very pleased with the wear of it. That being said, there are some cons, mainly just the fact that if you do get sweaty and oily, it does feel like it's gonna wipe off, and then at least what I've seen in my finger tests, it does wipe off. But considering the fade and everything is graceful, I don't know that that's too big of a deal, but I know even myself included, I do tend to hate that feeling. This isn't so bad that it feels like it's gonna wipe off. Like, it definitely feels that way, but it doesn't feel like you're gonna leave a big like streak of missing foundation on your face because you know how sheer it is. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not as uncomfy of a feeling. And also a con, I think, is that this really is geared towards or meant for people who who have pretty much already perfect skin, you know, if you just need to even it out, like maybe you need some light blemish coverage, like maybe you've got some dark spots that you can use a really light concealer with this. I think that's definitely what it's geared towards. However, sorry for the shift, my memory card just filled up there, but as I was saying, you know, if you do have bigger blemishes, you can still wear this. Like, you can wear and do whatever the heck you want. I just feel like if you're like me and have the kinds of days that I've been having while trying out this foundation, tinted moisturizer, whatever, you typically will want a higher coverage foundation. So I mean, are you even looking at this foundation? I don't know. But on days where my skin is looking and feeling good, I'm reaching for this. Like, I can tell you that for darn sure. It's gonna look beautiful in the winter when I'm not a sweaty hot mess constantly, and the fall as well. And just like I said, I mean, on days where I'm feeling pretty secure with my skin, but I just want to even it out and make things look radiant and lovely, yeah, I'm gonna be reaching for this. I've really been enjoying it and have been surprised, even with the sheerness of it, at how well this has performed on my skin, for sure. So this gets my thumbs up. I was about to say 2 thumbs up. I'm not sure. I need to test further, but like for now, it certainly gets at least 1 thumb up. We get 1 thumb and a wiggler. That's what I'm giving it as of right now. I hope this review was helpful for you guys. I don't know, were any of you wanting to, I mean, I'm assuming you clicked on the video, but like, did anyone else care about seeing this tinted moisturizer get tested? I cared, and I hoped at least someone out there also did. As always, I hope it was helpful for you guys. You can certainly let me know any future weekly wears, products that you want to see me test here on my channel. You can also let me know if you have tried out this product, how did it fare on your skin, what kind of skin do you have, all that good stuff. Let me and the rest of the casserole fam know down in those comments below, as well as giving me a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it if you found this video helpful, enjoyable, whatever the case may be. If you are new here, also, by the way, hey, hi, hello, how are ya? You can go ahead and subscribe. You can tippity tap the notification bell down below and become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I'd love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!